Hi everyone, and welcome to the MTech Quarterly Product Update. I'm Danny, the Product Manager here at MTech for Proofpoint Essentials, based out of our Sydney office. Joining me is Cornelia van Heerden from Proofpoint to assist with answering questions. So just a quick housekeeping items while we wait for others to join is that everyone is muted as this session is being recorded. If you have any questions, please do enter it in the chat box on the controls, and Cornelia will answer them when she can. So this is a quick product update session for our partner, which will go on for about 30 minutes. So we will just take it from here. So the agenda today, I would like to cover off for all of our partners regarding the Proofpoint platform as of 2020, when they actually had released a large majority of new features and capabilities. And then from there on, lead on to what has changed since then with what's new with the Proofpoint Essentials platform. Then, of course, diving a little bit into the Proofpoint Essentials 2021 roadmap. And then I'd like to highlight the MTech incentive program at the very end. So as of 2020, Proofpoint Essentials have launched a large amount of new features and capabilities on their platform. That being said, the next generation user experience, which is based off the feedbacks and contributions from the Essentials customers, Proofpoint have introduced the threat dashboard. It highlights the value and benefits of the email security offering and insight into the organization threats at a glance. So it is a much more cleaner and simpler interface, helping admins with navigation, with navigational experience to complete common tasks much easier. And as for the partners who's been with us for a long time, it is a much more modern and improved user interface compared to the previous, which is now in line with the Proofpoint branding and offering a better white labeling experience. We also saw the launch of the security awareness training. This feature addresses the key aspect of Proofpoint's messaging to the market in protecting your key vectors, which is people, taking the conversation beyond email security and add value to these engagements by enabling people in an organization with the security awareness training modules. Proofpoint have crafted these modules with great synergy between the Essentials email security product and the security training addressing the SME and SMB market, providing enterprise-grade phishing simulation and training modules, which allows our partners to offer an ongoing training plan to the customer. For the partners who may not know, the security awareness training can be launched within the portal. It can be added onto your existing customers or purchased separately. Another nice feature with the integration is that it synergizes very nicely as the security training. You get the bypass with automatic whitelisting, taking the work off admins. And it also works nicely with the integrated working documentation and content to support the admins, which is available up to date. Another clear change to the user interface, of course, is the simplified partner experience, where the solution is now more streamlined for partner-focused approach in managing customers. So the interface is trimmed down to manage customers more efficiently and get to the objectives quicker and allow admins to get to where they need to be faster. The new licensing and purchasing experience. So with how Proofpoint Essentials are sold traditionally is through packages as we know it. And with the introduction of security awareness training as a standalone, it is outside of the norm. So to address this, Proofpoint have introduced a change with the customer creation flow, where you will be able to be presented with the choice of either individually purchasing the email security packages, security awareness training by itself, or both at the same time. It also included the separate add-on purchase via the licensing page, which can be added on with existing users. Now moving to the bottom left, there is an integration of the in-app notifications. This is a great feature in providing admins with as much assistance as possible and makes most of the platform. Proofpoint Essentials have incorporated in-app notification that you may have seen with the three dotted button on the bottom right of the screen once you log into the portal. There may be even instances once you logged in, a pop-up tip or even a how-to video to assist you on your current page with what you're doing. This can be from step-by-step customer setup guides or even additional information. This in-app notification offers admins access to configuration guides and how-to videos right at the fingertips. Proofpoint also takes advantage of this new feature to push a new product announcement, as we may or may not know about the preview to the new DKIM, as well as using this space for upcoming events announcements, which you'll be able to see through the in-app notifications once you log in. You can also submit your feedbacks as it also contributes to improving the platform further via a crowdsourced of some sorts in terms of improvements. The new login experience, there's a change in the side of things where users would have been logging in traditionally with either the Essentials login credentials or accounts accessed via synchronized with Azure. With Proofpoint, they have added additional controls to the login to either enforce an Essentials credential or Microsoft Azure sign-in or both. Now, just coming down to the bottom right with the archiving, a couple of big changes have happened for the professional packages. With this, there is a complete migration of the legacy users to the new archiving experience has been completed. So now you do get access to the new benefits with new enhanced searching features, to the new UI, and the ability to import and export easily, and then managing tools around it. There's also now the support for PST file support for importing, and finally the ownership mapping, where we do an import and assign ownership of the actual file that comes onto the platform. So a lot of controls here, and something is good to highlight is that with Proofpoint, what they tend to do is to reinvest a lot of their revenue and fundings back into the products. So then we're definitely going to see more new features and enhancements moving ahead. So this brings on to the next slide. What I want to talk about is what's new since then. So as of 2021, there already have been a few launches. I'm going to cover a few of them in the next following few slides. There is a new login experience here now. As you may see, that once you first log in now, it actually captures the first your username, then it presents you with options to log in. This is actually setting up for the success of what they're working on as part of the roadmap with SAML 2.0 integration. However, there is already a few other options available beyond what was discussed regarding logging with the Essentials credential or Microsoft or both, is that the new solution now can enforce multi-factor authentication or 2FA, honoring the settings from the Office 365 tenant sync. So this forces the users both multi-factor as a part of the best practice, and it helps with the compliant rollout. DKIM signing is now available through the solution, DKIM outbound signing, sorry. And it's available on all packages, no additional cost. You can create the DKIM signature and apply it to your outbound email to ensure that the destination server trusts the mail being sent from your domain. This feature helps in preventing entities sending emails that looks like they're coming from you. The admin needs to configure this for all the domains, and this can be accessed via the domains page within the portal. Just a quick update, looking at the screen here, the domain page went through a quick overhaul. As you can see, there's new columns, the status, interactive messages, and next steps. This is, of course, is to ensure that the domains are configured correctly and is communicated directly to the admins. So in terms of creating the DKIM keys, you can go down to the drop down on the very right three dot button, where you choose configuring DKIM will automatically generate a selector for this. The selector will give us a host, value for the DNS and the private key to be signed, what you need to do is just create the key and assign it to the DNS, and there will be an ability to also verify the key. And from there on, you're good to go. Additionally to DKIM signing outbound, Proofpoint have also introduced the DMARC control / anti-spoofing policies for the inbound emails, which checks against the DMARC, DKIM, and SPF policies. I highly recommend our partners to go through the available KB on this before configuring out for their customers. Now, what Proofpoint Essentials have done here is a simplified approach for those policies and actions to be taken. You can turn this feature on under the features page, and it's accessible under the malicious content, anti-spoofing subtabs. So here we've got a choice of what we want to do with the inbound mail coming in, running the checks. Do we want to quarantine it or result to report or block? There is also additional tabs and buttons for managing exceptions. With the case of that specific domains that you do not want to be included, you will want to add here. But please note that this page is very different to the global domain being added in the company-wide whitelisting, as this feature is operating separately. Similar features can be found for the DKIM side of things below, where we can play on the radio buttons, whether we want to quarantine, take no action, or tag it with subject line, based off failure or temporary errors or permanent errors as well. Now, how do we get more insight into this? The logs have been updated, and as well as the reasons why it has been classified. So this shows the confidence and of the fails that's providing. Later on, there may be also additional information to be accessed with a full breakdown as well. So that's to be announced. Another update is with the threat dashboard. We are presented with a rich highlight of threats within an environment. However, it's always been difficult to find finding the messages and relationship between the quarantine emails and the dashboard. So there is a real need to be able to drill into this for more detailed analysis, especially for our MSP partners providing reports. So Proofpoint have introduced a clickable chart element in the threat dashboard. If we look here, there will be like spam, DMARC, which is now actionable. And upon click per example with the spam element, you'll be now directly taken to the logs page, and all those particular threat logs will be presented for the correlation with the breakdown of the dashboard information. This provides a quick and easy access to the data you need to access for the customer environment. To take it further, additionally, improvements are made upon the log search with an upgrade to the granularity, which they included into an advanced search filter, which is now available. What's added is the different threat classifications, so you can now search specific threats or exclude certain ones. Now this makes access much more easier and for the overview, and it also leads to a better log experience. So in regarding the security awareness, what has changed since the launch? So Proofpoint have really listened to the customer. Recently, there has been a removal of the initial 12-month commitment and the minimum 25 users. So procuring this feature now is in line to how email security packages are being purchased, which is per user per month. Additionally, features of the auto enrollment for new users. This is handy as new users joining a company after performing an Azure sync will be automatically added the new users to the current training assignments in place. This automation definitely benefits our partners managing, as the tech team's time will be utilized much better and increase profitability. overall, as there is no need to go in and update the platform individually of these changes. Another key area is the improvements made in the customizable security awareness training mail notifications. You can now tailor your message to your customer user base. You can change the content, the language preference, and utilize the rollout for the multi-language support. On top of this is the customizable teachable moments, which is also available, which according to feedback has shown that teachable moments after users have fallen for the phishing simulation were quite generic. And it was decided that it's a lot more effective if they were to be a little bit more personalized. So now you can do a few changes and more to come, including company logos and name. So finishing the security awareness training side of things, additionally to the training modules, there is now additional 29 new training modules have been added to the platform, bringing the total of 45. This totals around about 10 hours worth of materials, which we can see now is a wide selection covering more than just email security and the human behavior approach to malicious emails. Like what we can see on this list with personal identifiable personal information or insider threat overview. The materials included are still in line with the interactive training for the users, which includes videos and games. So all 45 is now available today and localized as well. This is now really positioned this offering for our partners to the customer, as we can understand that generally for an organization to consume on average 2 hours worth of materials per year. So there is plenty of training assignments that can now be planned for the customer to keep this ongoing and keep up with the consistency of the security awareness training, as a lot of organizations now trying to be compliant, not just ask if they have training, but how often do they perform this as well. So this covers the highlights of the changes as of 2021. So just jumping into the Proofpoint Essentials roadmap. Just looking at this, they have already started completing a few items which they set out to do as of the end of 2020, especially with the cases of the items being discussed, with the threat dashboard improvement, to the log search updates, to customizable email notification for the security awareness training. However, there's a few items here that is pretty popular and high in demand. Just picking the few to discuss, what is leading to the new year in terms of adding more value and new features is something like the read-only user access. Now, this is a new permission which prevents users from making policy changes and configuration, while still allows them to view settings as well as quarantine messages and search. So this feature has a lot of value for customers, as they can set a lower limit role without the fear of unwanted changes. Another very popular demand is the SAML 2.0 support, which extends the IDP capability for our customers to configure the identity and manage essentials how they like. So this allows partners and end users to extend their authentication controls and enforce password controls and rotations. Additionally, there is the multi-factor authentication that can be built in, that is being explored in case of the customers who do not use SAML. Other things worth touching on, of course, is the archiving. There is going to be a modernized UI experience and user experience. With the archiving, it's going to become more cleaner and clearer experience, reducing the number of steps to get things done. And as we can agree, just like the updated threat dashboard, it is much more aesthetically pleasing. Archiving export is to lead to SFTP, making it easier for partner to export data from the archive without limitation on size and other criteria. The idea here is to better the experience with exporting. And another automation feature that they are investigating on is the self-serve importing features, which allows partners to create and manage the importing process on behalf of the customer, making this approach more autonomous speeding up the whole onboarding process as well as the workflows as well. So this covers what I like to discuss in terms of the product itself and the updates as well we have picked up, and try to bring our partners as up to date. What I want to touch upon now is the incentive program that we are having in place now for our current existing partner. It is a raffle program where our customers do receive a ticket per new customer being onboarded onto the tenant. Note here that the requirement is the minimum count of 10 users. We'll definitely pick this up on our monthly invoicing, so we'll be able to see this, and then the tickets will be automatically generated for our partners. The duration of this incentive is to run from April till the end of June, and the prices will be drawn around about the 12th of July 2021. Some of the prizes that we sort of listed here is for the idea to build out a entertainment breakout space for your home or work environment. So what's in here includes something like a Sony Bluetooth soundbar to boast wireless headphones as well too. So definitely have a chat with your team and work with your AM and see if there's a go-to-market plan. We're happy to assist our partners in this as well too, and also provide the necessary means for end customer discussions and demos. So to just wrap this up, I encourage our partners to book a demo or training session with us and the team. You guys can email me directly, or alternatively our sales line, where we'll be able to arrange this at a time with our partners, and we'd love to do more of this moving ahead. And if there's any particular feedbacks you guys would like to provide, please do email essentials-pm@proofpoint.com, and a replay of this link will be available at the end of this session, and then I'll be able to share this with all the partners that we are currently with us at MTech. So this concludes this quick little update. I'd like to thank all our partners for your support over the years, and I'd like to welcome also the new partners joining us for the Proofpoint product. Please do reach out to us anytime. And just to recap, we do also offer technical support to our partners free of charge, and the training as well. So love to hear more from you. Thanks for your time.